We're back. I'm back. I'm live. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining me once again on my live chat here, which we have every second Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. Appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy week to jump on and chat with me. Now, we've pretty much had 3 hour live chats pretty much every single week. So we'll probably try and keep it to 2 hours maximum if we can, if that's possible. I've got a very, very early start in the morning. So I'm sure everybody else has too, or has other things to do as well. So yeah, sorry I didn't put a message out earlier today. I've been very, very busy. So I just literally just posted something now saying I'm live. So jump on if you want to. Excuse me. Hope everyone's had an awesome week so far, and a good couple of weeks since we spoke last. I just see we got heaps of people jumping on at the moment. So thanks to everyone who is jumping on your busy Wednesday night. Look, I know you've got a choice between me or maths, and I get it. Maths is probably more favorable for most people, right? More drama, I hear. So anyway, you're probably doing both. You're probably watching me on one screen and maths on the other. Anyway, thank you very much for jumping on. Good to see some regulars there. Maybe a couple of names I haven't seen for a while. Excuse me, I have to shovel down dinner pretty fast to get onto this live. So, excuse me. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. Just going to talk about what's happening, what's coming up, I guess, for the local theme parks here. And if anyone wants to talk about anything else, like other theme parks around the world, we can chat on that. There's been some stuff. There's been, I think, a hotel open up, new hotel at Universal in Florida. Excuse me. Epic Universe opens soon in Florida as well. So no doubt that would be extremely busy time for Florida this year. I think I know a few people going actually for the next month. I think it is. No, May. It opens in May. Anyway, we're here in Australia, so we'll talk about what's happening here, right? So say hi to everyone from who's jumping on. So I'm doing good. Any new Batman merchandise at Movie World? I haven't actually been into I did feature some merch kind of recently, one of my videos. So there was a few new things in that video, maybe 2 or 3 videos ago for Movie World that I did. There were some new shirts and things, but I haven't looked specifically. Just check their online store. They have an online store. They post most things on there if you're looking for merch from Movie World. Excuse me. I have had a bit of a croaky throat for the last few days as well, so excuse me if I'm coughing tonight. Anyway, all right, let's see. Well, again, I just want to say hi to everyone who's saying hi. Heaps of you have said hello and good evening, and hi to everyone who is jumping on. It's going to take me ages to read every single person's name out who's saying hi, but I appreciate you all jumping on saying hi. We'll just start with some comments, and then we'll just go through what's happening, I guess, at the parks and stuff like that. So, hi from Perth. Looking forward to bringing the family over in June. That's Ryan Shaw. Hope you'll definitely look forward to it. June, July, good time of year. I'm kind of hoping Scooby will be open June, July. Don't know if it is. Haven't heard anything, but fingers crossed. You'll have a great time anyway. Hey, Chris. Good to see you, mate. Just went to Dreamworld. Had an awesome day. Awesome, mate. That's cool. I take it that might have been is that your first visit? Might not be your first visit, actually. I think you've been, haven't you, to Dreamworld before? Like, as in after Jungle Rush, Rivertown, I think. Oh, I'm glad you had an awesome time. I actually went there on Saturday. Obviously, I did a video on Dreamworld this week. Just gone for what's happening with their Easter holidays. And that day they had a Energex Appreciation Day. So I guess because we had the cyclone in the Gold Coast, and then pretty much most of the power was out. Not everything, but a lot of places. I lost power for a week. So I tell you what, Energex did a massive job getting all the power restored within a week, or maybe within 2 weeks, everything, but massive job. So Dreamwood put on a Energex Appreciation Day, and I guess they invited all of them and their families, and so it was a really, really busy day. I didn't even get the rides that I wanted to get done as well. But anyway, it was just so busy. Wasn't expecting that. So it was kind of like holiday crowds on that one day last Saturday. But it was really cool they did that. So that was pretty cool that Dreamworld actually did that. Kaz, how you doing? Kaz and Anton from Victoria. Anton, good evening. How are you, my friend? Yeah, we only lost power for the cyclone, mate. And but basically, it was just trees down, power lines down, traffic lights weren't working, power was out. Other than that, the beach obviously got extremely destroyed, which they're working on fixing now. If you're coming here, by the way, from another state, excuse me, for Easter, don't worry. You'll get here and you really basically won't tell anything's happened. I mean, the beaches aren't quite the same. They'll be usable and open. Just some of the pathways and things I've had to, there's a lot of fixing up to do there. And just from myself, from driving around the Gold Coast, there's still trees down everywhere, but they're all pushed to the side now, you know what I mean, like piles now until they get, I guess, they get taken away or they get put in that chipper machine, I guess, to break them all up. But other than that, basically, yeah, business is normal. You wouldn't really notice anything. So a lot of people have cancelled apparently some of their Easter bookings, but no need to. Honestly, like theme parks are fine; they're all good. So and pretty much most attractions around the coast, from what I've seen, are all open and doing well. So yeah, you should definitely. If you know anyone who's cancelled a trip or thinking of cancelling because of the cyclone, tell them don't do it. It's fine. That's fine. Everything's good. All right, what do we got here? We got Pam. Hey, Pam. Jonathan. Matt Muffet, my friend. How are you? Run, Mikey, run. G'day. Can't read all the names out, but just Rick's Ryder. Good to see you on here, Ryder. What we got there? Skilletor. G'day. Rick says, I just was literally watching your first ever video. My first ever video is car show. Really bad. I had really bad video quality, really bad audio. I was using this really old, basic, generic software. It was terrible. Didn't know what I was doing either. But the reason why I leave it on there is because a lot of people say, I want to get started in YouTube. What do I do? How do I? I'll just say, just start. You watch my first video and you'll see how bad I was. But because I knew nothing about anything, if you just do a little bit of research and the key thing is research, have good audio, have good video quality. That's really important, and good content. Obviously, know what you're talking about, and you don't have to do fancy editing and stuff. I don't really do fancy editing or anything, but it depends what you really want to do. Choose your own style. That's important. Give people a reason to watch you over anyone else. You got to be different. Your style. I'm talking about your actual style, what you deliver, how you deliver the content. And just consistency. So you just have to be consistent. I think in 6 years, I think I've been doing it 6 years, something like that. And the first few months I was just getting started, but pretty much once I kicked into gear and got my logo sorted and, all that stuff, pretty much I've never missed a week. Always put a video out every week. And that's the thing. You got to be consistent. And it is hard work. Like, it is a commitment. So you got to be passionate and have the time to do it and just don't give up. I mean, Yeah, I'd love for my channel to be bigger, of course, but I work full time. I can't do more content. If you do more content, you'll grow faster. It's just algorithms. So one day, maybe. We'll see how we go. But anyway, Rich, thanks for watching the first video. What do we got here? Oh, geez. The comments are coming really fast. Dreamworld right up here. Oh, hey, how you doing? Always a pleasure seeing you around the park. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Keep up the great work. Love what you guys do. I appreciate you watching the videos. Thank you for that. How's Movable doing? Same, I believe. There's still some rides on maintenance at the moment, but come next week, everything should be open, I guess, other than Scooby, as we know, and obviously Doomsday's gone. So, but everything else pretty much should be all open. Always check the app for the ride maintenance schedule. That'll tell you everything on there. And then when you get to the park, they have an A-frame out the front. If it is any other change for the specific day, sometimes there's unexpected maintenance on a ride. That's just normal. Sometimes they'll usually put that on the outside of the park before you enter, as well as the ones on the actual website. Has anyone been to Bluey's World? Yeah, I have. There's probably a lot of people also have. I've done a video on it, but they wouldn't let me film inside the house. So you can film outside the house, the entrance, the neighborhood, all that, but just inside they wouldn't. I know there's videos out there that people snuck cameras in or just done the wrong thing. That's all. It's on them. They said to me specifically, no filming in there. Even though I explained I'm not going to film it from start to finish. I'm just going to do a pan up of each kind of room, just as a bit of and do a bit of voiceover. They said no. So anyway, I know plenty of people have filmed since then. Anyway, it's a pretty cool place. I'd check it out for sure. A couple of things I wasn't sort of overly impressed with, I guess, but it's all in my video, so you can check it out. Apparently there was a big fire at Disney World. It wasn't. It looked big, but you're right. But it was I think it was in a cold room or something like that, back a house. But it kind of looked like it was in park. But no, it's everything's. Well, that's all obviously damaged, but that wasn't. There's no rides or attractions damaged, so all is good there. Ryder saying he's having a cough as well. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's something to do with the change of weather, maybe. I sleep with a fan on at night, so maybe wake up a bit cooler in the mornings. And I come in contact with a lot of people during the day, so maybe I may be picking up something as well. But I don't feel unwell, just croaky throat, and I mind you, I did just eat dinner 100 miles an hour. So anyway, just keep up the waters. Excuse me. Excuse me. Kaz is saying they've got maps on record, so all good. I think you can watch what's it called? Is it on 10 or is it on 9? Is it like 10 now or 9 now or whatever it is? You can watch it afterwards anyway if you've got a smart TV. Pam saying I'm much better than maths. Thanks. Well, at least this isn't scripted or fake. So I believe maths is a lot of it is scripted and fake. Unfortunately, there'd be some parts to it that are kind of real, but yeah, I mean I guess when they're it can be entertaining. Hey Shane, why isn't Dreamworld part of Park Pass? Why isn't Dreamworld part of Park Pass? Park Pass? I'm not even sure what Park Pass is. I must have missed something there. Is that like is that one of those passes you can get like for tourists or something like that? Like that you can get through another third party company? Because if it is, then yeah, from time to time they'll be affiliated with different companies and offer different things. So I think Dream will do their own benefits and things. I think but you might find passes to Dreamworld through, like, say, and I'm just using this as an example, something like Experience Oz, perhaps. I don't know if they do, but I'm just saying it could be something different like that. And they might just have a deal with Village Roadshow. So, Jonathan Bailey, I'm on my cruise heading back to Australia. Oh, that's right. That's awesome. New Zealand, it's quite rocky because we're on the New Zealand waters. Yeah. Oh, you've actually injured yourself. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, that is it Tasman Sea between New Zealand and Australia. Yeah, it's quite rough. So yeah, I don't know if I'd do that. Personally, I get seasick. I mean, yeah, I have been on a cruise, but it was flat, so it was pretty good. No news yet on what's replacing the Aqualoop at Wet and Wild. Excuse me. Excuse me. But the towers, obviously, they're going to use the existing framework of the previous tower, and that's still there standing. So as soon as I see something more, I'll have a look and check it out. Rex went to movie 3 times. Must be Movie World in the last week. Long queues for Hypercoaster. It's probably because Superman's closed as well. You went on. Excuse me, Jonathan saying he went to Hobbiton, where they filmed Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. That's pretty cool. That'd be awesome to see that. It's a real movie set, open to the public now, which is pretty cool. It's in a town called Matamata. If anyone is looking at going there, got to go to Auckland, and then you got to drive south for about, I don't know what it is actually. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, to Matamata, and that's where Hobbiton is. Lord of the Rings was filmed there. It was the actual movie set, or part of one of the scenes of the movie. How is Aussie World? It's good. It's a good little regional park. Check out the video that we did a couple of weeks ago. We had our Theme Park Cartel podcast event there. So we had a ticketed event that we sold tickets to for people who listen to the podcast. So if you don't know about my podcast, it's one I do with Adrian and Riley. So they are us three. So we're the Theme Park Cartel, and we've now started cartel events. So we'll be having maybe 3 or 4 major events throughout the year. It's a ticketed event that you got to pay for, but you get experiences that you can't get anywhere else. So if you check out the Aussie World video, you'll see what I mean. There's some behind the scenes stuff there. There's Q&As with engineering and operations. We go underneath some of the rides once it's closed. And then we also had time. We had, like, I think it was a dingo racer. We had for an hour after the park closed to ourselves. There's just 20 of us. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, we do things like that. The next event is already in the planning and the costing stage. So it will be a little bit more expensive than the last one. But there'll be a lot included in it. So the idea of them is that you'll get value for money, and something that you can't get yourself. You can't go to the park and say, I want to do this. So, and even if it's at a park that, like down here in the Gold Coast, because it's a ticketed event, will be places that, like, if other people go, oh, I'm just going to go that day and just hang out with them, well, you won't be able to. You got to have the actual wristband, and we'll be going places that public can't go as well. So, anyway, once we've got everything finalized and costed, we will release the tickets. So make sure you listen to the Theme Park Cartel podcast. You can get it on Spotify and probably any other major streaming platforms. We release every 2 weeks. So we record every second Wednesday night. So that's why this is every second Wednesday night, this live stream, because next week I'm doing podcasts. So we release that probably on a Thursday or Friday after that. So we record Wednesday night, Riley puts it all together for us. He's amazing with his editing and running that podcast, the technical side. So he does that side of it. Takes him a couple of days. Again, he works full time as well. So and then we release it, say Thursday or Friday. But yeah, check it out. We talk about news, theme parks overseas and here. We do trip reports. Plus, people can put in questions and things as well. We have Patreon for that as well. So if you want to support it. Yeah, so anyway, check it out if you haven't already. Big news from the Queensland government today, really the 2032 games. Do you think there will be some big announcements from the theme parks leading into the games? Well, I kind of touched on this a little while ago, and maybe it was on a podcast we were talking about it, perhaps. Okay, so if you think about this, the games are in 2032. What's that? 7 years from now. 7 years from now. So if you go, okay, wonder what 7 years' time could look like. The best way to think about what could possibly be added or changed is to go 7 years back from here. 2018, was it? So 2018, what did the parks look like in 2018? What rides or attractions did we have in 2018? So between 2018 and 2025, what's been added? One thing, 5 things, whatever, new shows, whatever it is, then potentially we could probably look at the same. Because the reason why I say that is because these parks have to, I guess, for them to put new attractions in, I mean, obviously they have to make money for one, but their investors have to agree to it. So they're the ones that sign the check, right? So they've got to ask for a certain amount of money and it gets signed off on. So, well, sometimes it doesn't get signed off on. I know that from when I used to work for the parks. I've seen plans for stuff over the years, magnificent plans that never came to fruition, which is why they never leaked them, because if it doesn't come to fruition, then no one's disappointed, right? Sometimes things get put on hold for various reasons, maybe like the hotels. It was all happening, then they're gone, crickets, quiet. So we don't know. Maybe there's some kind of other issue with cost or infrastructure issues or something maybe that's come up. I don't know. But anyway, so that's a good thing to think about. Between 2018 and now, what have we seen and added to the parks? How many attractions, how many shows, how many new things? That could be probably what we'd see. However, thinking more in international level, potentially they might think about a few other things. I don't know, but I'm sure it would definitely be something that they would be sitting around the table and discussing now. So yeah, all I say is no doubt we will see a lot of change and additions in 7 years. So, but I wouldn't say it'd be crazy, but they might try to ramp a few extra things up just for that scenario, because there is an Olympic Games and there'd be international visitation. And typically speaking, if you're going, let's just say, if you're going to the LA Games, you're not just going to go there and go to the games and go home, right? Well, you're there. Yet once you've finished watching what you want to watch, you're probably going to go to Universal Studios. You're probably going to go to Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm. You're going to probably do some attractions. You're there. You might as well. So no doubt that'll be what will happen here. People go, well, what else can I do here in Brisbane, Gold Coast? And that's when they need to get all those parks and attractions, need to get on the international tourism advertising campaigns and say, hey, while you're here, check out what we've got to offer. So, yeah, I think we'll see. I couldn't be specific myself about what we will see, but I would say definitely we will see probably a number of rides and attractions added. I really hope we get a really awesome dark ride for Movie World, like say where Doomsday is, or at least some other kind of really cool major attraction for there. SeaWorld needs something extra. Dreamworld, I'm sure, have many, many plans, and they've got some space to do it as well. So I think we'll see quite a bit from those parks. Water parks probably won't grow too much more, maybe a little bit here and there, but I think with anything, it's more about getting people to and from the parks as well. So they'll be looking at additional, probably transport resources and things. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of stuff happening. But a great question, Anton. Thank you for that. Do you know what attraction is replacing the Aqualoop at Wet and Wild? No, sorry, they haven't announced it yet, actually. So, I mean, I would say they'd have something ready for either September or December for that. I would say. Kobe, how are you, mate? How have the parks been since Cyclone Alfred, mate? They opened a day. Was it a couple of days after? No, let's say, what was it? Maybe 4 or 5 days after. They're fine, mate. There's really literally. I haven't been to SeaWorld in a while, but Dreamworld, Movie World, I can't see anything wrong anywhere. So business as usual. Parks are great. We got there, Rick's. Sorry. What do we got? Again, if I miss your comment, I know I say it every week. Just put it in again. I don't purposely miss anyone's comments. It just sometimes it just flicks up so fast, so it's just easier for me to continue on and just pop it in again. And by all means, like I say all the time, anytime you can send me a message on Instagram, and I'll always get back to you. Sometimes you might I only check it at night, so it might be later on the night, but we'll always get back to you. Do my best. There's a Stranger Things coming to Luna Park, Sydney. Yeah, I did see that. So it says you enter Hawkins and the Upside Down. So if anyone's got some more info about that, let me know. Sounds interesting. I love Stranger Things. I'm a big fan of that. Binge watched the first 3 seasons, I think. Yeah. I quite liked it. So I just hope whatever it is, it's done really well. Will they bring back Looney River Ride Adventure? No, they're not bringing that back. Someone else asked me that. They're definitely not bringing that back. People just love to get the fishing line out. Anyway, or speculate, which is fine. You can speculate. Once the Family Odyssey 22. Hey, thanks for jumping on again. Appreciate it. Once the train tracks are finished, do you think the viewing of Rivertown from that angle will be good or bad view from the train you're talking about? I think it'd be good. Obviously, you do go behind it at one point, which won't be that great, but I think it'd be awesome because it's going to go right up the side of Murrissippi Motors and behind the plane and all that. It's going to be really cool. So, yeah, I had a look at it. Still not connected yet. And the reason why, obviously, they've got a lot going on, and then the cyclone, and they had to divert, their attention to making sure the park's safe and everything like that, right? So, I think also they have to do a bit of work on that last bend because they needed a bit more space for Rivertown. So the bend would have been too sharp for the train, so they're having to do a bit of work around that back corner, put it that way. But yes, it's all happening. I don't know if it's going to be done in time for Easter because that's only a couple of weeks away, right? So, well, actually, week after next is end of next week. School holidays start here in Queensland on the 6th, I think. So yeah, may not be connected fully before Easter. But hey, anyway, you jump on the train, takes you to Corroboree. You can get off there, walk around, check it out. And if you don't want to walk, you can walk the other half of the Corroboree and then up through Rivertown. It's quite a nice walk, actually. It doesn't take that long. It's quite relaxing. If you don't want to walk or have difficulty, with mobility, just jump back on the train. It reverses back to Central Station anyway. So all good there. Do you remember Maya Center? Yes, I do. Yes, I did. I did go to the top of the Maya Center. I went on the roller coaster that was up there. Went on the pirate ship. Well, the shuttle thing, which is actually at Aussie World now. That actual ride is at Aussie World. That's like a pirate ship, but it's a space shuttle. That was up there. Yeah, the roller coaster was really cool, and it was pretty crazy to think because that's quite high up, and that's a long way down. That was a long way down. But yeah, it was really cool. It's a shame they got rid of that stuff. I tell you now, shopping centers in the 1990s, if those of you that weren't around in that time, you missed out. You missed out. If you watch Stranger Things, right, and you look at those, is it the last? No, which season was it? The one when they had the 80s, 90s mall, the neon signs, arcades. Man, those were the times. It was so cool. And they've just gone a bit sort of they've gone to the pack really compared to then. That was so cool. Yeah, they have a theme park inside the mall up on the top. They were a real place destination. I guess online shopping has ruined the malls a little bit. I guess. But anyway, yeah, Patrick. So definitely, that was so cool. That was really cool. What we got here? Village Roadshow needs to aim for SeaWorld for more thrill rides. Yeah. Look, over the years, they've had other rides. They've taken them down. I mean, Bermuda Triangle is my favorite. Go on. If you are traveling overseas and want to go to Germany, go to Movie Park Germany because they actually have that's actually a replica of Movie World. Like that was at the time. It used to be Warner Brothers Movie World Germany. When I worked for the parks years ago, it was actually when they actually sent a whole lot of people over there to get it all set up. So they built it. It's literally almost identical, but now they don't use Warner Brothers anymore. They've changed their IPs, but they have an actual Bermuda Triangle ride in that park, the exact one. I think it's called Area 51 now. I think it's called that. But if you still want to ride it, it's still there. It's unreal. And in fact, if you want to see it, so one of my favorite YouTubers, who I actually met up with last year in LA at German in Venice, the GIV, he has a video. He was recently in Germany. Actually, was it this trip? Might have been last year. Actually, I think he was over there last year. And anyway, he has a video on Movie Park Germany, and he has footage of that ride. I think he even filmed on the ride actually. So, if you want to check it out, it's on there. And make sure you subscribe to him as well. He's awesome. Anyway, and make sure you subscribe to me as well if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you have, but anyway, Southeast Queensland virtual tours. Thanks for jumping on. Was at Movie World on Monday. First time Wizard of Oz rides, and they are lame and very slow loading. Look, slow loading. Flight of the Wicked Witches, one train. I haven't really experienced slow loading for Kansas Twister. Not really. I mean, I don't think Movie World are fast loading for really any of their rides. If you compare to other countries, particularly, like it's pretty slow. But their safety standards here are a lot more stricter, so they've got to be a little bit more. They got to take a bit more time, but it is hard with one train, obviously. Yeah, look, I think with Wizard of Oz, you got to take it for what it is. It's not a fully immersive land, and it was not intended to be. It's a themed land. It's a themed precinct in a film studio park, essentially, right? That's why when you see like the sound stages, and then you see the skyline with like where it's sort of painted out or painted half, it's like how a movie set would be. So, I think a lot of people go, "Oh, Rivertown's a fully immersive land." Yes, it was completely flattened and built to be that way. Wizard of Oz wasn't quite like that. I think though they did mention a few immersive things in their original like advertising for it, but I sort of feel, I don't know, I feel that maybe during the process of construction, sorry, my chair just slowly loses gas and it starts to go down. But I think maybe somewhere through the the build process. Maybe some costs might have blown out, probably for something that you can't even see. Like maybe it's something to do with infrastructure, electrical, whatever it might have been. And I think they've had to maybe just change a few things, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of guessing, but so I think you can't really compare. I still think it's cool. Like, again, I say it's a bit like I step back and look at families, how, because like I see families like holding hands and skipping down the yellow brick road. I mean, how cool is that, right? That's an experience. Those kids are going to remember that, okay? And then they come around and they see the Emerald City, the castle. It's pretty magnificent. The characters in there are amazing. The meet and greets, the interaction, the characters are all amazing, like all of them. So, yeah, I can't speak highly enough of them. That creates that atmosphere. And look, when you go into the castle, obviously both rides you go through in the one door, and then you go off to the separate ones. But I think the theming is actually pretty good. I mean, sure, any theming could always be better, but considering what we've got here in Australia, it's not bad. Like I like it. Like I I don't like to dog anything out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good experience. Sure, it could always be better. Anything could always be better, but yeah, it is. Look, it is slow loading. That's why I always say you do Flight of the Wicked Witch first in the day. Get in there, get it done. I haven't ever really seen a queue longer than about 45 minutes for Kansas Twister. Obviously, 2 trains makes a big difference there. So yeah, but anyway, everyone's experience is different, and what people's expectations are different as well. So I still think it's a good area. It's not perfect, but I still think it's good. Yes, it needs a bit of shade, of course. Absolutely. Maybe that's, on next year's budget. I'm sure they know about it. They do. They'll do something about it. Kaz, can you give a shout out to our daughter Sophie? It's her 15th birthday on Friday. Happy 15th birthday for Friday, Sophie Johnson, I guess. You're in Queensland in October for 12 days. Can't wait. Heading to Fright Nights as well. If you see me, definitely can stop and say hi. No problem. You'll enjoy Fright Nights. Absolutely. That's awesome. But yeah, I hope Sophie has an awesome birthday on Friday. That's awesome. And thanks for jumping on that live. I appreciate that too. I don't mind doing shout outs on here. That's fine. The Buy Me a Coffee, if you want shout outs like on the videos and things like that. Yeah, look, I mean, I get a lot of requests, a lot, like lots and lots and lots. So the Buy Me a Coffee is just for support the channel. So some people just want to support the channel because they like the content. So they get a shout out. Some people say, hey, I want a birthday shout out. And they buy me a coffee. Some people buy multiple coffees. There's no expectation on that, by the way, but it is all appreciated. So yeah, anything extra like on the cameras and that, we'll just do it through that. In the beginning days too, I used to get a lot of people wanting their kids to be in the videos and just say hi, I'm on YouTube, rah rah. I did put a stop to that as well. Just it's just like, again, I get so many people asking, then some people will get disappointed. Oh, why not? I saw someone on there. Why can't? So it's like, there's one rule now. I don't put anyone on camera unless I'm doing something with specific for my video, specifically sort of thing. But yeah, always happy to do shout outs through the Buy Me a Coffee, and it's always appreciated as well. And look, I know times are tough at the moment with cost of living, so there's certainly no expectation on that either. So, but anything is always appreciated. It definitely does help. But even just sharing the videos, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel helps me out a lot. Anyway, let's move on. What do we got? Do you have an opinion? Do you have an opinion on Maloney's video on the ruined movie world? I have seen this video. Everyone has their own opinions and experiences on the day. I personally, look again. It's his opinion, and his experience. He's got some valid points in there, for sure. Like we've all talked about certain things in there, but um, yeah, I was probably just a little bit surprised that he put all that into a video publicly because it was pretty like out there. Like wow, like I would personally, I personally, as me personally, wouldn't do something like that. I mean, everyone has opinions, and that's all cool. I sometimes prefer just to keep my opinions like to myself. But this channel, Jaggs Journeys, is to me is all about positivity. I like to showcase the theme parks for what they offer people. I'm talking the general public. So general public, they don't see or you know probably understand a lot about some of the stuff maybe that he's referring to as well. I mean, some things for sure, but you know what I mean. So like, yeah. Anyway, I just like to showcase experiences. I remember my channel, whilst it's mostly theme parks, I also feature attractions, events, Comic Cons, that kind of thing, food, whatever. So to me, it's all about the experiences, and I'm just passionate about. I'm passionate about Gold Coast, but also just tourism in general. I actually am, and I just love to be able to showcase something through how I like to present it and experience it, so that other people can come in and enjoy it and experience it for themselves. And each person will have their own experience, right? Whether it's good or bad, that's your experience on the day. So whatever happens on that day is your experience. Um, I try not to. I don't focus on anything that's kind of, I guess, not positive. If you know what I mean. I just like to showcase things, what's happening in the parks. I don't like to show when the things need repainting and things are deteriorating or this and that. I mean, I can mention something like, "Hey, it'd be good if there's some more shade here. It's pretty hot." That's cool. Most people would realize the same thing, right? But yeah, I'm just a different. I guess. I mean, some people might criticize me for never mentioning anything like negative. I could make a whole video channel on problems at parks. I could absolutely start up a channel on everything that's wrong with every theme park, because there's heaps if you start looking. But there's heaps anywhere you go. Even at Disneyland, you find stuff that's not right. Like, it's not perfect. But why do that? For me, personally, my channel is about a place where people can come and view and check out what's happening in the parks, make a decision. Hey, should we go as a family or as friends? Should we go and check this out? Handy hints as well, like, hey, would you like to know about this and that when you're at the parks? This is what I think that would be helpful for you guys. So that's what I'm more about. I try to steer away from anything else. And I also, whilst I'm very time poor, I really struggle, honestly, to even watch any YouTube or TV much at all. I'm just a busy person. I work full time. I have family and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't watch as much as I probably used to watch. In terms of other people's YouTubes, like I very seldomly I try to, because I like to support everyone that's doing content. I think we've got a good little community there. Most of us know each other as well. So it's cool to support each other, and I'm all for that as well. But yeah, I just think too, you gotta have your own style and difference, and it gets a bit annoying when you try and do something different, and then it seems to follow suit. And so you try and I'm gonna do this because I'm trying to be different. Give you guys a reason to watch me versus someone else. I mean, you can watch. We all watch everyone, right? We all subscribe to plenty of channels. But you know what I mean? Like it's got to be your own thing. But anyway, getting back to that, look, it's his. I wouldn't have put something like that out there personally, and I don't. But that's fine. His opinion. I know. I did actually watch something of his. There's been some. He's copped a bit on that from a lot of people, and some of the people haven't been very nice to him. I'm talking about just general people, I think. And that's really sad, actually, because everyone's entitled to voice their opinions. Um, you know, um, So yeah, again, it's what he wants to put out, and that's fine by me. But it's not what I would personally put out on my channel. So again, we're different. We have different, I guess, different ways we want to, or different ways we want to present content. So yeah, but yeah, it was certainly an interesting watch for sure. What we got there? Woodsy, thank you, mate. Thank you. You're very kind, and I appreciate you giving us a super chat there. And I like the little animation there as well. So thank you for that. And mate, good to see you that other time at Dreamworld as well. So probably no doubt bumping into you guys again soon. But thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are always supporting me, and it's really appreciated. So thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. WWE on Roblox, give me a shout out. WWE on Roblox, thanks for jumping on. The guy with the orange shirt and a black cap, you gave a sticker orange. Oh yeah, right. Cool. Thank you for jumping on my live. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. All right. Now I might have lost my my place again. If I have missed your comment, just chuck it in again. It's all good. While we SEQ Virtual Tour is saying that Wild West was at 75-minute wait time, DC Rivals was 50 minutes. Yeah, Wild West. See, I love Wild West Falls, because I'm a big themed ride person. But to wait that long is a challenge for me. That's really hot in there as well, in that waiting area. I know it's a water ride. You can cool down at the end, of course, which is much relief when you get that nice splash of water at the end. But it's a long time to wait. So, if you haven't been to Movie World before, obviously you want to go. Well, I guess depends how you want to plan your day. Wizard of Oz gets pretty busy. Ride the Flight of the Wicked Witch first, maybe then run down to Wild West Falls early and get a ride on there before the queue bumps out, because you can come back into Kansas Twister. There's 2 trains. You won't wait as long for that. So yeah, I guess depends how you want to plan your day. DC Rivals also is another one that blows out a lot. Big queue wait times, especially in the holidays. If you're coming for a couple of days, then get the big rides done early in the day, and then maybe you might get 2 done on one day, and then another couple the next day, 2 or 3. When the parade's on, if you're not really worried about the parade, I mean, at the moment, I haven't sat and watched the parade for a little while, but they don't seem to have changed the parade in quite a while. And I'll be honest, I recently watched some video footage of just an everyday parade they used to have back in the 90s, or might have been the 2000s actually. I think it was in the 2000s. And like, I know times were different and more international visitation. They probably had more wages to spend. I get it. But the parade was awesome. You couldn't miss that. It had cool stuff happening. It was like awesome. But unfortunately, of late, I haven't really been. The parades don't really engage me a lot, other than when there's an event on, like Heroes and Villains and that kind of thing. They do put extra effort into those parades, but then I kind of think this should be the norm. That's what I think. The parades at the moment, sometimes the vehicles aren't working, or they haven't got the staff to drive them, and Batman might just be walking or something. They have no Scooby van sometimes. But when they do, you get that nice gasoline smell anyway, which is cool. But, like, sometimes there's not a lot of people and I get it. It's staffing, I understand. But I don't know. I think they just need to think of a different concept maybe for the parade. I don't know. I'm not the expert, but anyway, what I'm trying to get to is, if you've seen the parade and you think, okay, it's average or whatever, or you've seen it before, go ride the big rides. Go ride some of the rides then, maybe even like 10 minutes before or 15, 20 minutes before the parade, when everyone starts to queue for the parade in Main Street. The rides empty out a little bit. There's still wait times, but there's just a handy hint. You probably already know that, but because Fast Track is expensive. sometimes you got to bite the bullet and get it, but it's really expensive. If you're limited time, you're probably going to have to get it. It just adds a lot more cost. It really does. But anyway, everyone's on a different budget and timelines and that sort of thing. So, just try and sort of plan your day. I've got a handy tips video out recently for Movie World. If you want to check that one out, there's more stuff coming, guys, of the other parks as well, handy tips and stuff. I'm not going to release them all at the same time, obviously, but they'll be coming. So, in between all the other stuff I'm doing, but also, if you're planning a trip and you're not sure on something, feel free to message me on Instagram. I'm always happy to answer a question. If I don't know the answer, then I'll just say, look, refer that one to the parks directly. They'll probably be the best people to ask. I don't know everything, but I'm pretty, up there with most of the things going on at the parks in the Gold Coast. Cool. What have we got? We need a ride like Star Tours from Disneyland. Yeah, well, kind of like if you think about it, or I don't know if you know this, but the original Batman ride was simulators and pretty much was like Star Tours back in the 90s. So I don't know why they ever got rid of that. They were awesome. That was so cool. It was, man. Anyway, yeah, I agree. Yeah, what have we got here? GC Party Buses. John, thanks for jumping on. Always good to see you. Thank you very much. Any update on what's that? Hear about Playboy Cardi and Kanye West beef? No, sorry, I haven't. Sorry. I know who they are, but I've not been watching much news lately. I've just been very busy, so no, I haven't heard what's going on there. There's always something going on there. No update on Scooby Coaster, other than hopefully June, July opening, but of course we're just hoping. So it could be September, could be December, but it still says 2025. So this year, I'll let you know when I know. No doubt there'll be someone on here that'll see it before me anyway, and they'll send it to me. Lights just flashed, like dimmed out. That's what happened when the power went out. We have had some sort of rough weather this evening in the Gold Coast. We're supposed to get a lot of rain, but maybe there's a storm coming. I haven't checked the radar. I haven't been on there, but anyway, when the lights do that, normally it's lightning. Anyway, the power goes out. I apologize, but always having power outages. Damien, my friend, thank you for jumping on. I hope you and your family are well. I'm doing good. Thank you very much for jumping on. Hope you're planning a trip soon up here. If there was going to be a new theme park on the Gold Coast, what do you think it would be? Oh, well, this chair keeps going down, by the way, by itself. I need a new chair. I still honestly think they could do a Disneyland here, the size of Hong Kong, or even the size of Hong Kong that used to be when it was first built. They've since expanded that. Adrian just recently went there. He's got some cool videos there, by the way, on Disneyland Hong Kong. If you haven't seen them, check them out. And if because I know you're not there every weekend or anything, but it might inspire you to go, hey, maybe we'll check that out. Hong Kong's not that far away. It's a lot cheaper than going to the US, and it's a pretty awesome Disneyland. So, yeah. Anyway, I reckon they could do one, because with Disneyland, it's a destination. They always come, and they have sniffed around here a lot, Disney, right? But over the years, they come back to population. Not enough population. I agree, it is not, but however, if it's done right and in the right location and marketed properly, people would come to Disneyland. There's people in the world whose bucket list is to do every single Disney park in the world. I mean, we'd all love to. I'd love to do that too. I've only ever been to one, a few times, but I've only ever been to one. Anaheim, original, which I do love, the original nostalgia. But so I think people would come for Disney, and I think that would increase tourism to the Gold Coast or wherever it is in Australia. I'd like to see Disney. However, to me, it can't be the Gold Coast, and I say that because it would crush other parks, probably, for a while. So it would probably need to be somewhere like Sydney or Melbourne. The only thing is they got the weather against them, and maybe not so much New South Wales, but Victoria particularly, very changeable weather and 4 seasons in a day, that kind of thing. So, but I don't think a Universal. I mean, I love Universal, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if they'd do one here. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Christy, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for asking. Straws, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Wild West to be a man eater with new boats, loading procedure, and slow ops makes the wait not worth it. Yeah, I still love the ride, but yeah, it's you just got to get on there early or later in the day when there's maybe less of a queue. So yeah, true. Honestly, the actors at Movie World are so good. They need to be paid more. I have the most funny experience with the Joker. I have orange hair, so he was like, "Oh, look at this one. He has no soul." Yeah, I tell you that you're right. I mean, I always have awesome interactions, particularly with Joker, Harley. Batman, Robin, always good, but they're always serious. But that's their character, right? But yeah, those ones are always good, aren't they? They're always good. I agree. I think they get paid pretty well. Rick's is saying they've never been to Paradise Country before. Is it worth going? 100%. It's good for like a half day. I mean, pretty much. I think it's only open from 10 to. I could be wrong here. 10 to 4, maybe. Check the website to be sure because I might have that wrong. But if you go back and check my last video, which was probably a year ago, to be honest, because I filmed it after the tornado. So when it reopened, I think it opened a month later. And I did the full park experience. So all the shows and everything. So if you want to see what the entire experience is like, check out my video. Nothing like being there yourself, though, and actually experiencing it for yourself, right? So, but it is Aussie Farm. It is a small place, but I think they do it well. And I always enjoy it there. But for me, I only really go about once a year because not much changes in between. If you haven't been before, I definitely say check it out. I definitely check it out. Let me see. I think I just lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Was Batman Adventure any good back in the day? 100%. 100%. The best. Such a shame they got rid of that. A lot of people still miss that ride, me included. So I'd rather have that than Justice League, actually. So, it was really cool. Some people said it made them feel sick a lot, but I don't know. I never really got sick on that ride. It was a simulator, but depends. John's saying there is lightning over Movie World we just saw. That's why my lights went flicker. I live not too far from Movie World, so yeah. Thanks for letting me know. I thought it must be something. Otherwise, I have to go and check the fuse box. Kaz, coffee hitting your way? Oh, thank you. You're very kind. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Film Robot Edit says, "Hey Jaggs, how are you? Thank you for jumping on. I'm good, thank you. Appreciate taking the time for the live." James King, yes, Disneyland is 120-minute wait. So I'm glad to be here at the theme parks. Yep, Disney has long queue times. You really do need the express pass or lightning lane. Express pass or lightning lane. Yeah. I guess Dreamworld was based off Disneyland back in the day, in the early days. Yeah, you're right about fast pass, Anton. It does unlock your day, gives you more time. If you have a companion card and taking someone who needs it, you can get on a bit quicker too with that. Straws says, "I'm still really enjoying Rivertown." Yeah, me too. It's pretty cool, wasn't it? Stopped there a few times just to get lunch from the restaurant. Yeah, absolutely. Someone was telling me though. I think someone sent me a comment. I was reading it the other night. Might have been on the video I just did. They reckon they went there on the weekend. In fact, I think it was the day I was there as well. But they didn't see me. But they said they went there at 12, because it opens at 11:30. They went there at 12. They said there's some items that have been removed from the menu compared to when they first opened. Now, I'd have to go back and check, and I do plan on. I was actually going to go and have something in there on Saturday, but when I went to go in there, it must have been about 1 o'clock. Yeah, about 1 o'clock. It was packed. And I was like, nah. So I didn't even eat lunch that day. I don't think I ate anything. I just bought a few drinks. It was really hot, but yeah. So maybe they've changed some of the menu already. I don't know, but they said they had a bad experience there. They had food they have food mucked up orders, and then some of the food was burnt or something like that. Again, one person's experience. So, like anything, it's never, nothing's ever perfect all the time, right? So, I've had bad food at Disney before, and like bad chips or whatever, and just think, I think a burger I had from one of the restaurants there was terrible. So, and that's Disneyland. That was original Disneyland. So yeah, sometimes you don't have a great experience, but I've only ever had good experience there, but I have to go back check it out. Jonathan saying a big Stranger Things fan as well. Got 2 figurines of Mike. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's cool. And Millie Bobby Brown. Awesome. Yeah, season 5 should be cool too. Should be cool. Do you think Aussie World is on track to expand to grow to more of a Gold Coast style park in the next 10 to 15 years? Or will it remain a small amusement park? I can tell you now they will expand. So they're building a water park, and that's going to be awesome, right? Awesome. But from a theme park perspective, it will not expand to a movie world or dream world style of theme park. It's the reason why it's not what they're about. They are actually about what they do now. Flat rides, those kind of style of rides. That's what that park is about, and that's their intention to stay that way. They'll probably they will put in more rides and attractions, but similar styles of those types of rides that we already kind of see there. So again, that gives them that point of difference. So, and it suits up there. It's a great day out. I love going up there. It's a great park, great food. It's clean. Everything's good. Dreamworld needs the old animatronics show. Yeah, how cool was that? They might, you never know, could come back. Although I did notice the animatronic snake wasn't working in Jane's restaurant when I walked in. It might not have been turned on, but that wasn't working. And the what's that bird? Has a special name with is it pecan or something? The big coloured beak. That wasn't working either. But then there was some that were working, some others that were working. So I don't know if it's wasn't turned on or whether something's happened to it, which was a shame if something's happened to it already. But I guess sometimes you can't control if people put their hands on it or pull something, break it. It could happen too. If you hear the grandpa clock from Stranger Things, what song would you play? Mine would be Dancing for Life. Not sure on that one. Nick, thanks for jumping on. I'm good. Hope you're doing well. Randall saying, hey man, not sure if this has been mentioned, but I sent you that the buyout rumor of Looney Tunes. What did you think of it? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's the US one though, isn't it? Isn't that the US arm for that? I mean, it could definitely well, yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, I suppose it could impact the park if but I think like anything, they won't just get rid of Looney Tunes. I think that if someone else would just buy the rights to it, maybe, and then Warner Brothers will just have to pay them the rights to use that until such time that gets too expensive and they decide that they've got to get rid of it. You never know. I don't think we'll see any changes on Looney Tunes characters or theming, even if something, if it does sell. I think they'll just pay a licensing fee to keep it, like an IP thing. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Randall. Keep an eye on that one. When are you hiring Movie World for all the subscribers? My budget doesn't quite reach that far. Maybe it was temporary cause of supply chain issues from the cyclone. Yeah, maybe, but the fact that they removed it from the actual menus at Rivertown, at Jane's, sorry, you'd think they'd just say, "Look, I'm sorry, that's not available due to supply issues." You know what I mean? But this was last Saturday, just gone. So cyclone was over 2 weeks ago, and there's supply chain issues are pretty much fixed everywhere now. So I don't know. Maybe they've reviewed the menu and gone, okay, these 5 products sell 1 or 2 a week versus everything else that sells 50 a week. So let's get rid of those. And that could be, and that's a reasonable thing to do. So they're not, wasting money on COGS or cost of goods for having to have all the ingredients to make those things, right? So I think that's what they've done. I think they've just done a review. But again, I haven't been back to review the menu and see what's been removed. But I'm sure that's what it is. They've probably done a review. They've been open now for a couple of months, and they've gone, like, time to review the menu. What's selling, what's not. They'll have data. They'll have reporting where they can check everything out. They'll rank it all, top 50, what have you, and then they'll just go toward the bottom and go, what can we cull to save money? Because, if you think about it, food's expensive. So if they're buying in all these ingredients to make certain things, but they're not really selling those things, and if those things end up going off and they've got to throw them out, that's just a direct loss for them. So I can understand if that's what they've done. And I think that's probably, that's the business head thinking. That's, what they would probably do from a business perspective anyway. I don't work there, but of course, that's just having worked in theme parks before. That would be the smart thing to do. Is with anything new, you got to review the data, and analyze the data. And what does that tell you? It tells you that certain things aren't great to keep anymore. It's a cost to the business. Other things you may want to increase, make better. You know what I mean? So yeah, Straws. Thanks again for that question, but or the answer. I was for the response, but also for the super chat. Thanks heaps, mate. I really appreciate your generosity ongoingly. Your question on that one is: do you think they will ever bring back the the paddle steamer or something similar. It would pretty much complete the area. My opinion is they won't bring back a paddle steamer because from my understanding, so when they had that there, like when you operate a large vessel with people on it, right? Now this is just generally speaking, okay? So if I'm in the broad water and I'm about to depart on a cruise with 30 people on it, whatever, you got to contact the harbor master. You got to let them know you're sailing or you're venturing off, blah blah blah. Now someone from inside the industry told me that even though that paddle steamer was on a track at Dreamworld around the man-made river, it was treated like that, and they had to apparently. Again, this is from someone like legitimate and within the industry that told me this. Believable person. It's not like just someone saying. This is someone who is in the industry, in the know-how. So, and I think there's costs associated with that too, or something. So, I don't think they would bother with that. But what I do think they will do is if you think about Jungle Cruise at Disneyland, I think that's what they will do. Something similar, not exact, but similar. Look at the bar in James. It's a long boat with a red and white striped canopy. If you stand back and look at it, that's what it's been designed as. I think the intention is to put these similar looking boats with red and white striped canopies along the tracks, but not just one. I think, I don't know, let's just say 5, 4, 6, something like that, depending on how big they are. And they'll do a little cruise around there. And probably at some point when they do that, I'm thinking probably in the next 5 years, maybe 3 to 5 years, maybe sooner. I think that they will probably do something like that and then clean up the island in the middle. And maybe there's animatronic stuff planned for there. I don't know. That's just the feeling I'm thinking. I don't think they'll just put the paddle steamer back or like that. Not that they have the paddle steamer, it fell to pieces and it got destroyed. But I really look. I could be wrong. All of a sudden, they might say we're building a paddle steamer, and hey, Jaggs is wrong. Again, I'm just giving my opinion because I just don't think they'll go down that path. I think that's been and done, and I think because there was the other thing with the harbour master and all that. Again, maybe that's changed since then, and maybe now that's not required. I don't know, but I just think doing the smaller things would give a bit more of a better experience than just on the paddle steamer. I think smaller groups, they could make it, similar to Jungle Cruise. The person, skippering the boat could be, have some kind of comedy sort of lines and things. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure they'll announce something when they do. John's saying that at the restaurant, make sure you say bottomless Coca-Cola rather than the bottles. They have a bottomless soft drink offer. One is $6, the other is $7.50. Good to know. Good to know. If you don't know, now you know. Oceana, Justin saying they probably unplugged the animatronic to plug in the vacuum and then plug it back in the James restaurant. Probably. You're probably right. That's probably what's happened. You know what? I've seen that happen before, and I've worked in retail. In fact, when I worked at the theme parks years ago, we had cleaners come in one day to do, they strip the floor, the buffer, and a cleaner had unplugged a plug, plugged in their thing, did all the work, unplugged their polisher, what have you, didn't put the other plug back in, which just so happened to be the ice cream freezer. So I had to write off about $2,000 worth of ice creams. So yeah, people sometimes do things like that and don't realize. Anyway, let's move on. Awesome comments, by the way, guys. I appreciate the interaction. We're just chatting, but I love the questions. I love the interaction. And then we'll touch on what's happening over Easter as well, shortly as well. So, what is your favorite show at Movie World? Actually, it's a Catwoman one. You know why? I feel well. It depends probably who's Catwoman at the time and that, but quite a couple of times I've watched that show. It's only a very short show, but because there's quite a good fight scene there, a couple of times I reckon that it's quite real. Like the hits, some of the hits may even have hit. Like it's quite looks really real. So yeah, I mean the shows are all pretty good anyway. Um, I'm not really big on dance shows. That's just me. I don't like dance. The reason why I don't like dance shows is when I was a kid, my sister did dancing, right? And uh, they do competition dancing. We got every weekend we had to go to something, and I got dragged along, of course, when I was little, and it just scarred me for life. So I don't have any interest in like the dance shows. I'll feature them now and then on the video, of course. Um, I'm not taking it away from the talent of those people. I know that they got to. Not anyone can do that. I can't dance so like that anyway. So I can that kind of dance, but I can't do the proper boring dance and all that kind of stuff. So they're very talented, and certainly you got to be at a certain level to be at movie world doing that. Yeah, but so those shows for me aren't really of interest, but yeah, so I like the sort of the fight scene ones. I do like the Good Citizen Awards show, but particularly the fight scenes as well, with Batman and the Joker and the guys. Yeah, I like that. That's probably maybe I like that one more than the Catwoman. Yeah. I wish they had the Police Academy show though. That was the best show ever. But anyway, Brandon says the bird and snake wasn't working last Friday either. Ah, there you go. Well, I was there Saturday, so it's still unplugged. We tried the shared volcano nachos. I've seen that, and it looks pretty cool. Between the two of us, we couldn't even finish it. Yeah, the meals are big. They're definitely good value for money. It was really good. That's good. You could feed a family of 4. So there you go. So the shared volcano nachos at Jane's Rivertown Restaurant. If you're heading over to Dreamworld these school holidays and you love nachos, Brandon reckons you could feed a family of 4. And I've seen it. It's a mountain. It's a mountain of nachos. So yeah. And I guess if you finish it all and you're still hungry, you could always just order something else, some garlic bread or whatever. So thanks, Brandon. That's actually good. A lot of people probably would take that on board and give that a go. James saying the birds are like the tiki room at Disneyland. They are, aren't they? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the tiki room at Disneyland, but then I've done it once, and you know what? I don't know if I can sit through it again. I do like it though. Do you know what I mean? It's just it went on probably a bit too long. It was pretty cool, but it went on too long. Again, that's just my opinion. John. Oh, we spoke about the Coca-Cola bottomless. That's again another good hint there for Jane's Rivertown Restaurant, asking for the bottomless soft drink. That's awesome. Quinn, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you saying hi and jumping on to the live. Nick, do you think Wiggles will do a concert at Dreamworld this year? I think they do one every year. From memory, well, for the last few years. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll probably see another one. So. I haven't heard an announcement, but no doubt they will. Yeah, just keep an eye out. Quinn, thank you for being a fan. I appreciate you. Michael, had a crazy experience at Disneyland Anaheim in December. I'm in a wheelchair and had a family offer $1,500 USD for me to join their family so they can go through the. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, because you can go through the exit on rides quicker. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Good on you for declining because it's not ethical and taking advantage, really. I know, 50. I mean, that's crazy. $1,500. I mean, I'm sure you would have considered it for a second, but good on you for saying no because, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. That's just crazy. It must have been a large family, right? Because 1,500 must have been cheaper than them all buying express lane passes or something. That's crazy. we can replace a Gold Coaster. Oh, what can replace Gold Coaster? It's getting old and bumpy. It's getting a bit rough, yeah, but it's a pretty cool, unique ride because it goes through the water park. So I'd want to see something that still goes through the water park. I don't know. A lot of people want to see a lot of things happen to Dreamworld. So, depends on the space, I suppose. I don't know. But I guess any other coaster that's maybe faster, taller, more thrilling, smoother, would be cool. Maybe ocean themed not ocean, just themed to Dreamworld. Maybe themed to. Well, I suppose I could still keep it the Gold Coaster. I mean, that coaster used to be the Big Dipper, and it used to be the Hot Wheels, and it used to be the Cyclone. So now it's Gold Coaster, right? You can theme it to anything. So, I don't know. They might just keep it there. There's a few Arrow coasters around the world that are still in parks that have been there for many years. Many, many years. Corkscrew at Rainbow's End in New Zealand as well. It's been there for forever. Well, since the 82. So could be there for a lot longer yet. Stuff Grubs, thanks for jumping on. He's saying make sure to took the cash. Some people would, some people wouldn't. Bring back the Bush Rangers. Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Maybe they'll do something like that again on the island, around the river. GC Party Buses. The Gold Coast is 24 years old. So it's only a young coaster, really, isn't it? What ride do you think is going to be Acroloops? Well, I'm not sure. I've kind of heard a couple of whispers, but probably don't want to say anything specific in case it's wrong. but there'll definitely be a ride there, hopefully before Christmas. We'll find out. Hey, Bodie, thanks for jumping on. I've been busy the last couple of weeks. Good to catch you live again. Thanks, mate. No dramas, mate. We're all busy. We all have other things going on. Not a problem at all. I appreciate your support, though, mate. Always. And love your content too, mate, by the way. Been liking some of your videos. Thank you. My favorite used to be the old Scooby-Doo show with the ghosts. I remember that, Nick. That was the best. And the ghost went across the park as well. That was in the early 2000s. That was pretty cool. Was that part of? I think it was part of the actual parade, and they had the Spooky Island float. Remember that? And then the ghost went on the zip line across. Those were the days. That was kind of like the first scene out of the movie too. So yeah, I tell you, the parks change a lot. They need to go back to. I said it before. There's a documentary on YouTube about the early days of Movie World with John Menzies. Sort of narrating it, and they feature everything, the show stages, the tram tours, and you really do feel like it was a mini Universal Studios. So good. It just lost them. It's kind of lost over the years the Hollywood movie aspect, and it's gone to more just DC, Looney Tune DC park. So I think they need to understand or just decide which way do they want to go. Because I know the sister parks kind of Six Flags, Magic Mountain. I think Six Flags anyway. So like they have, DC characters and rides and things as well. So maybe they need to change the name. It's not Hollywood on the Gold Coast anymore. It's not Warner Brothers Movie World anymore. Maybe it needs to be something different. Or change it, put things in and retheme to get it back to, the nostalgia of Hollywood. Just my opinion. They need to go one way or the other because, I think it's if you've been, and you know what, I tell you that this is true. I even hear it now, right? And when I work there, I used to hear this all the time. I haven't worked there for 7 years, right? I still hear, even when I'm a guest now, even though I film, I'm a guest in the park. I hear guests saying, last time we were here, they had the tram tour and the Memphis Belle and the Superman and this inside the show stage. Last time they were here. So that was a long time ago. And so some people don't go every week like us, who are around Australia, probably, or or even around the local area, probably more so. Some people just it's their once in a 10-year or so trip, or they do other things, and then they decide, "Okay, let's go back up there." And you know what? Some people are visiting our parks for the first time in many years, so they remember the good times, and then like the good old days I'm talking about, and those, and then it's changed so much. Things are going to change, of course. It's interesting though that some people still say that. I heard it recently, like only a matter of maybe a month or so ago. I even I heard someone, not sort of older people, but yeah. I mean, anyway, yeah. What would you say about doing VIP at Movie World and tips about doing it? Are you talking about the VIP stunt in the stunt show? I would recommend it. I have a whole video just on that. So if you could search on my channel, it's I probably did it about a year and a half ago. But if you just search stunt driver Jaggs Journeys, you'll find it on YouTube. And I did the experience and what it's all about. So it's definitely worth it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty exhilarating experience. I enjoyed it. I've done it more than once too. So yeah, I would definitely do it if you can. It's pretty good. Do Janes do reservations? First come, first serve. It's first come, first serve, as far as I know. But certainly, I would always recommend emailing or ringing Dreamworld, emailing guest services maybe, and ask the question, and they'll tell you for sure. I don't think you can actually do a reservation, but I could be wrong. Family Odyssey 22. If you're able to bring back a ride from the past, which one would it have to be? I would probably say Bermuda Triangle at SeaWorld, to be honest. But if you talk in movie world, I would say River Ride. Even though Gremlins for me is more, I love that movie, so it's more me. But the River Ride was spectacular. It was something else. So that's what I'd like to see. Maybe not Looney Tunes though. Maybe Willy Wonka, something different that's similar. The Police Academy stunt show was a great show and showed off all their stunts. Current show focuses way more on the cars than the stunts. Still go regularly regardless. And look, I still watch that show as well, but I will go, like maybe every 3 or 6, maybe 4 or 6 months, because I don't want to get sick of it. But also, it is the same show each time. But the guys do an amazing job. I know a lot of the guys in that show, and they're awesome, and they do a great job. I just think it needs a re-theme. It's fine. The show's good. It just time for a theme. We've spoken about this before. Maybe if they can pay for the IP, maybe Mad Max overlay. That's all it really needs is Mad Max overlay. Retheme the set, retheme the vehicles, change the vehicles, and then just a storyline. But essentially, they've got the framework there. They do an awesome job, and that'd be cool. And it would be relatively easy to do, but they would have to pay for the IP to use Mad Max if it was going to be Mad Max. And let me tell you, that wouldn't be cheap. So they got to weigh that up. Do they just do their own thing that no one sort of heard of, that doesn't cost them anything, or do they do a Mad Max IP, which yes, it will bring people to the park. They got to understand it will bring ticket sales. So, but they got to weigh it up. You see, they got to weigh up the cost of the millions of dollars of IP versus ticket sales. Will it balance it out or not? So it's not just as simple as why aren't they just doing this stuff? Yeah, there's a lot to it. A lot behind the scenes stuff goes on. A lot of financial stuff. Again, I used to work at the park, so I know what goes on. I guess holistically from a larger, wider scope perspective. about how decisions are made, why they're made, when they're made. And let me tell you that it's not just a quick decision. Like there's lots of people involved, analysts involved, finance departments involved. All the obviously a COO, CEO, everyone's involved. And then you got to get sign off and stuff. But it's all got to. Yeah, they don't go to sign off until they say this is definitely going to be viable. If it's like questionable or going to cost the park too much money, they just go, why change it? Just keep doing what we're doing, which from a business perspective makes sense. So anyway, we can only but hope that something changes moving forward. It's time for a refresh, I think. Anyway, so yeah, that's my perspective on it. I like the video of you going to Evil Corp. Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually. I haven't been back there for a while. It's just time and getting into the city and that on a Saturday night or Friday or Saturday night. But I'd love to go back. I believe they've changed it up there. At the end of the maze, I liked seeing you and Adrian running from the chainsaw guy. That was pretty scary. So, and the thing, if you're watching this and you're going, "What's Evil Corp?" Look it up. I have a video on it, so you can look it up on my channel. Basically, it's a scare maze that's open all year round, but I believe it's only. I'm probably gonna get this wrong. Go to their website and have a look. Evil Corp. It's probably evilcorp.com.au, I'd imagine. It's in Fortitude Valley in Brisbane. I think it used to only be Friday, Saturday nights. Now I could be wrong that it may be open other nights now, or So always check the website out. Don't just say what I'm saying is gospel because I haven't looked at it for a little while. So check that out. The guys and girls there do an absolutely amazing job. It is well worth a visit if you love scare maze stuff, and that they do awesome. Like it's awesome. It is awesome, and it's pretty easy. Like it's in Fortitude Valley. So, but there's a big car park building you can park at and just walk down. I think it's where the train station is, and you just literally walk out the street and down, and you're there. That's really easy. And it's down underground. So you walk down some steps. I think it might have been a theater or something in the early. No, I don't know. No, it wasn't a theater. I think it was a. It might have been, but I think in the early days it was I think it was a butcher or something or underground. I can't remember what they said now, but there's actually, apparently it's very old. There is actually a part in there, they told me, that is actually haunted. And I didn't know this until I was looking at my footage after I came out. And there's one part there where my camera went glitchy and it flashed and went, and I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And then where it was, they said, oh, that's the haunted part. So I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, some of the staff, actually, I think Bodie, you work there, right? Or worked there. He might be able to shed more light onto that, but I don't know if they're just telling me to scare me or not, but it seemed legit. But yeah, if the staff are in there, apparently they don't like that part of it as well. So probably, obviously nothing's, I don't know if anything's happened to anyone, but hopefully not. Anyway, it's worth, if you want to go, what should we do Saturday night, Friday, Saturday night? They got an awesome bar there. It's all themed as well. So, and the characters are awesome. You get photos with them all at the end as well. It's honestly awesome. I loved it, and wouldn't mind going back there actually. Maybe over the haunt season, but it is open all year. So, if you want something to do with some friends, I'd say a group of friends, it's pretty good. Good way to start your night. Maybe out if you're going into the valley, clubbing and that. I'm too old for that now, but if you are going, go there first, check it out, and kick off your night with a couple of drinks down there. It's good scares, and then hit the clubs after that. But anyway, it's well worth it. But yeah, I got a video on there. You should check it out. It's pretty cool. Nick saying, appreciate your time tonight, Shane. Taking off now. Nick, thanks, mate. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. When are you going to do Leviathan backwards? Well, I don't know. I kind of like, if I get disorientated, because I've got I have a heart condition and I'm on medication and low blood pressure. So if I get disorientated, I could pass out and be really, really crook. So I kind of feel that going backwards would do that to me. I don't know though, because but then again, I can do Jungle Rush fine, and that goes backwards several times. I do feel a bit funny on it, but it doesn't really affect me. But Leviathan's another beast of its own, obviously, right? So, yeah, look, I mean, I probably will end up doing it at some point. I would probably say. And Jason's saying that he's going to buy me lunch and a coffee afterwards. Afterwards is best because beforehand won't be great. It will probably come up again. So yeah, so I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one actually, just because of my own personal health, safety reasons. But appreciate the offer. Gold Coaster is a great name for a coaster. It is actually. It is a good name for the coaster. Probably the best one they've had. Kira's saying, what I've noticed compared to Dreamworld and Movie World has more drop rides and has more flat rides. Yeah, true that. Is the restaurant will be open on the 5th of the Saturday night at the markets? Because the street food. So, as far as I know, yes. As far as I know, although probably best to ask that question to the park because I guess the night markets would still be on. I guess they would be. They probably would be. If the night markets are on, then yeah, they will open Jane's Rivertown restaurant. Thanks, Rex. Appreciate you. Are you excited for Fright Nights? I'm always excited for Fright Nights, especially if there's going to be anything different. Definitely. What are the tips if you're going in the mazes but you're scared? Go with a group. They make you see when I go through. And again, I'm very fortunate because I actually, I used to work there, so I still have to ask permission to film in the maze because you're not allowed to film in the maze. It's just that's the rule, no filming. But I still have to ask. Like, I'm not just going to go over here and go, I'm allowed to film, do what I want. No. I still have to talk to certain people, and then they just have to make sure that the management team are happy because they know what I do and what I put out, and they know me personally. They usually will approve me to film in there. So, but again, if this year they might say, look, sorry, we've decided no one's filming anymore. And look, that's their decision and that has to be respected. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is because I'm filming, I don't go through with the arms on the shoulders. But when the groups, normal people go through, like the public, you got to go in groups and they make you put your arms on the shoulders of the person in front of you. So I would suggest going in the middle if you're kind of really scared because the first people are probably going to get the main brunt of the scare, and probably their back people because there's people that come up behind as well. So if you're in the middle, you kind of might already see them getting scared, and then okay. Plus, you could close your eyes if you. I would not recommend closing your eyes because you want to see what's happening there. It's part of the experience, but keep in mind, it is all fake. They don't touch you, like they don't grab you or anything like that. It's just all lighting, sound effects, and makeup and costumes and paint and props. That's it. So, and if you turn the lights on and turned all that off, it's not scary. Not really. So, yeah. Try that. You should do Infinity at Surfers. I've done it several times. I haven't filmed it. There's a couple things in there that are hard to film, but it's very dark as well. So my camera I use isn't probably great for dark. So, yeah, I mean, unless I change my camera one day, but potentially. John's had a look. GC Party Buses. Thanks, mate. Evil Corp is open Friday and Saturday nights. So as it was when I went, that's cool. So Friday, Saturday nights in the Valley, Fortitude Valley. Have I been to Santa Monica Pier? No, I actually haven't. I was on my schedule and agenda for my last trip last year, but I decided to go to the Funko store in Hollywood instead on the same day because it was the only chance I would have had to go there, and it was closing, and I got there and I had an hour to zip around it. So, but I forfeited the because the Santa Monica Pier was probably about a 45-minute ride at that time of day in the car. So I decided, nah, next time. Not going there this year though, but next time. Keen to see it Nova. Be there, as you know. Going on Leviathan backwards is bumpy. Yeah, it's bumpy going forwards too, actually. Feels like you're going to fly off. Yeah, well, it feels like going forwards too. Last time I rode it. Crazy. Hey, Liam, do you ever go to any events at Hotter, such as GC Film Festival? I haven't actually, Liam. I wouldn't mind. Actually, I was invited to something. When was that? December. I was invited to a premiere. Actually, it was a premiere at Hotter, and I was invited by a director of a movie. And it was literally, I mean, the problem was I had something on that exact night that I just could not get out of. It was pre-booked, pre-done. Couldn't go. No matter what, just couldn't get out of that. So, I tell you, that was a hard thing to do. To say, I'm really sorry. I would love to go. I just can't make it that particular day. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. So, he reached out to me and wanted me to actually cover. He said for your channel you can cover the red carpet and there was quite a few stars there too. So, I was spewing, but he said, look, there's something else in the future. He'll reach out to me, and I was really kind. I was blown away by that. So, yeah, but I must get there and check out things like that. I mean, I am interested in things like that. So, yeah. Thanks, Liam. I'll have to try and keep an eye out as well. Do you think they'll ever increase the price of going backwards on the DC rivals? They keep increasing it. Maybe, do you mean decrease? Because they keep increasing already. So no doubt they probably will, mate. They tend to increase it around the holidays. So they have what they call what's it called? Anyway, it's like seasonal pricing, I guess, for things. Same with fast track and things. Sometimes the price might be X amount of dollars when it's not busy, and when it is busy, it's up. Bang for their buck. Anyway, what do you think is happening with the Sky Voyager? Well, they're doing a lot of external upgrades, and general maintenance. So I'm certain there'll be no change to the movie, because when there is, they'll always announce that. Let everybody know. Holiday search charges suck. Yes, correct. Cool. All right, so we're kind of I've got through all the questions there, and I just want to say again, big thanks to Woodsy and to Straws for the super chats. That's always appreciated there. Just a quick one. So for Easter or the school holidays, they start here in Queensland in the next week. So on the 6th of April for 2 weeks. Now, I think some of the other states might be a week after that, perhaps. Dreamworld for the school holidays. So all their rides, as my video said last Sunday, I did a what's happening these school holidays at Dreamworld type of video. So pretty much everything's back open, which is great. Everything will be rides and attractions, all operational. Again, get on their website. I think I said app in my video, but apologies for that. It's the website, Dreamworld website. They don't have an app, but it looks like an app when you go in there. It's all nicely done and everything. But you can see all the show times, character appearances, they do have that information on the big screens inside the park at Dreamworld as well. But if you check it all out before you go, you can sort of plan your day before you get there. Um, it's really important if you haven't been before to definitely plan your day, work out what you want to do, and when you want to do it. Uh, Also, Dreamworld are holding their annual street food festival over the holidays, and it goes to actually to the 27th, so 5th of April to the 27th of April. Now, this they're saying is pretty much their biggest and best street food festival yet. So, foods from all around the world you're going to be able to try. They're going to have some food trucks there as well as their little pop up food places as well, establishments or pop up tents essentially. Um, and I did cover off on my video some of the styles of food that you're going to be able to try, and they've got a couple of different options too. If you want to sample or try different food options, these are really good. They're having like a food passport kind of thing, right? So I think one you get three types of food and a beverage sample for I think it was 20. I should know this because I just did the video. I think it was 25. Let me just check that. So I'm giving you the right information. I think it was 20. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So you got the $27. It is, sorry. So these are called Global Bites Passport. Global Bites Passport. 3 food options and 1 beverage sample, $27. That's the one I would recommend for yourself. But if you've got a family there, this is a good one. The premium, 5 food samples and 5 food offerings. So I think they're full size servings. Well, it doesn't say sample size, but the beverages are sample size. So 2 beverage samples with that one, $47. You can get that online now, or you can buy it in park. So I'd recommend that because they actually do work out good value for money. So check that out. And again, that will take a bit of time out of your day because you're gonna want wander around the different food options, have a look at what's available. You can check it out online now, by the way, but nothing better than being there and smelling the food and seeing the food, checking out the serving size and all that kind of thing, right? So, so you can probably take a bit of time to do that. So that'll take more time out of your day than normal than just normally just having lunch, if you know what I mean. You might have to allow another hour. So if you're only going for the day, you want to plan that into your day. I'll definitely recommend checking out the Street Food Festival. They do an amazing job, by the way. There is online a list of like where you will get the food items from. So pretty much they have an Asian precinct. All right. So you'll have things like bubble teas, matcha, chicken satays, dumplings. All right. They'll be in like an Asian precinct. All right. So you'll pretty much find that they should all be around in the same sort of place. They'll probably have a sign up. But some of those things like the milkshakes and that you'll have to go, and the sundae you'll have to go to the ice cream parlor for those to get those as normal. There's going to be like a European precinct, which is where you'll get like your bratwurst. What else? Some pizzas and things like that. And then you'll be able to get things like churros from your churro store, that kind of thing. There's going to be an American precinct as well. So burgers and fries, po' boys. There's going to be fried chicken po' boy, and there's going to be like shrimp po' boys as well, I believe. So that's pretty cool. So they have lots of different stands here. This is going to be pretty cool. And then, of course, there's your normal Dreamworld favorites as well on the day. So again, this is going to be pretty cool. So they do a great job. They have it all set up nicely, and take advantage of that over the holidays while you're there. Now, I don't think there's anything specific going on at SeaWorld for Easter. Not that I've heard, but if anyone on here can say, hey, yes, they're doing this. Let me know. Movie World, I think they're doing something with Bugs Bunny and Lola for Easter. I think there's some extra entertainment they're adding in for Easter holidays. So get on their app or again, search on the website. Excuse me. And check it out. When will Dreamworld make an app? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they will. When, we don't know. Big cost for that. Sorry, Oceana Justin. Sorry, mate. I did say app in my video, and it wasn't until because obviously, it takes ages to put these videos together. I do review and watch the videos, but of course I've missed that. But when I was watching it with my family, bang, I mean, I said app. They didn't pick up. I said app. Anyway, it doesn't matter because the website is, when you go into the website, it's basically like using the app anyway. So you could even save the website as a shortcut on your home screen, and that's basically the app. Bang, click the app, and bang, you're there. You're in. So, kind of right. So, anyway, I reckon they will. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to do an app, but again, there's other things probably more important for them than an app right now. More priority. Cool. All right. That's pretty much done, I reckon, for tonight. Now, I will have some other things coming up. Obviously, I'll be at Supernova. Like, I've never missed a Supernova, so I'll be at Supernova in April, Gold Coast Nova. Now, if you are going to Supernova Gold Coast, or people that are, and if you're doing cosplay, please come up to me. I'll be wearing the gear, so you'll know me, right? You see me. Just say, if you want me, like I always ask cosplayers, by the way, I always say, is it okay to film me for my YouTube channel? I'll give them a sticker. Obviously, like also anyone who comes up and says hi to me always gets a sticker. You don't have to take it either, by the way. Some people, I always say, did you want a sticker? Some people say, no, I'm good, and that's fine. I don't get offended. But yeah, anyone that's in cosplay, I'll always ask them, is it okay to film me for my video, for my YouTube video? And I give them my that there, and often they'll give me, like, they'll have pre-made cards with their Instagram tags and things, and then I've got to try and tag in 50 people at the end, and I can never remember who's who. So, like, I'll put them in there in the comments. But by all means, if you're in cosplay and you want me to film you on the YouTube video when I do the Supernova, yeah, please just come up to me. Because sometimes it's hard. Like, I don't like, for example, if they're sitting down having lunch, I'm not going to approach you and say, can I film you while you're eating a hamburger or something, So, yeah, I sort of, I always make sure I ask. But I want to get more of the cosplay in this video because it's really hard to film a Supernova. Like, there's a lot of people there. You get a lot of shots of heads and shoulders and backs of people, and trying to film the stands and trying to film what's going on there, and it's difficult. But anyway, I do my best. So, I want to get more cosplayers on there. So, you see me, come up to me and say, hey, can you put me in the video? If you want to be in the video, that is. And then I'll say, yeah, cool. And you can do your little, whatever you're doing, whatever you're themed as. And we'll put you in there. So, yeah. Apart from that, I always plan my year month by month at a time. So I've got plenty of stuff in there, and I always get people also who also say, hey, have you thought about this? And I've got so many things going on. Also, in between all that, there's all the events going on that the parks do. And then there's ride updates and, like, construction and things like that. So sometimes I have something on my plan that I wanted to do at a certain time, and then it ends up being bumped out a few months because I've just got so many other things to do. And I only have one filming day a week. It's the only day I have spare. So sometimes these things will, they're on there, that will happen. But sometimes I've got to prioritize other things. So yeah, also hoping to do another trip this year. So at some point in time, hoping to. Just depends on the costs and specials and timing and that sort of thing. But yeah. So anyway, make sure if you're not, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. They'll let you know when I upload videos. Usually it's every Sunday, just to give you the heads up. It's Sunday night. That's my sort of upload time. I do post content on Instagram at jaggsjourneysgc during the week. And thank you to those people who send me content as well, who are at the parks during the week. That's really appreciated, and they get credited for sending me. And if you are at the parks, any parks in Australia or around the world, and you want to send me something to post, if you allow me to, you'll obviously, I'll put on there, you've taken the photo, not me, or the little video clip, whatever it is. And unless it's something I'm about to put on that of my own, I probably won't post it. But otherwise, I'll no doubt post it. So, because what it does, it just keeps me and everyone else informed of what's happening either at the parks here or elsewhere in between my videos as well. So it's very, very helpful, considering I can't get to the parks that often. So yeah, so just want to say a big thanks to those people that do send me photos and little videos regularly. It's always appreciated. So yeah, and thanks also to everyone again who's been supporting the channel through the Buy Me a Coffees. That's always really appreciated as well. Definitely helps me, get my tickets and coffees, but it helps me. It helps fund the channel and the journey. So it's always appreciated. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to put some more awesome content out for you guys ongoing, of course. So we're going to leave it there for tonight. So just a 2-hour one tonight. Like I said earlier, the 3 hours just bumps out. I mean, it was really good engagement. Like the last one, I really enjoyed that. I got off that live stream. The last one we did 3 hours long, and I just said, man, that was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Really good questions, good engagement from you guys as well. So I really appreciate it. But I do know that maths is on and same time. So obviously people have a choice. So anyway, I'm gonna go and watch maths now. No. Maybe I will. I don't know. Definitely gonna have some more water. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who jumped on, took time out of your busy schedules to spend some time with me on the live. And I hope everyone has a great week ahead. If I've missed your comment, apologies. Not intentional. They just move fast, and I think I've got them all. But again, if I've missed them, always email me or message me on Instagram's best way, and I'll respond to you there as well. So cool. Anyway, I hope everyone has an awesome week ahead. I hope you get to do something fun, theme parks, attractions, or events in the weeks ahead. If not, make sure you check out my videos here on Jaggs Journeys on YouTube. You'll always find something awesome to watch on this channel. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next journey. Good night.